Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Super Cosmic, and in this video we're going to make a tier 4 selector tier list for which character you guys I would advise to go up for before anyone else. So initially I was gonna make a comparison video between Winter Soldier Revolution uniform and the Ares Punisher uniform because they're both combat supervillains. Because somebody asked me to whether or not Ares is worth it or not, so I wanted to make a comparison video. But I could not wait to make this one first because time is short on the tier 4 selector, and a lot of people want to know which one of these uniforms are actually worth it. Okay, so let's start off by the ones that are not useful for almost anything at all. You don't need them. You don't need them to go to tier 4. They're not going to bring you that much value. Even though tier 4 characters always are valuable, these sort of characters they're not going to add too much on your roster. So we're going to start off with what's her name? Shadow Shell. I'm gonna put her in here in the D tier with Moon Knight as well and Black Widow. Now these three, they're not gonna do much for you because their value is either outdated or just useless. Okay, even though at tier 4 they're very strong than most characters, for a tier 4 characters they're not gonna do much in comparison to other tier 4 characters. Okay, the value they can provide for you is extremely minimal. A very minute, not even mediocre, extremely minute. It's like almost not, worthy of building them in the first place. Okay, and yeah, that's why I put them all in the D tier list. Because they're just not gonna do much for you in your accounts. They're not gonna help you progress any further. They're not gonna help you clear as many world bosses. They're not gonna destroy PvP. They're not gonna destroy a lot of ABX scores. They're not gonna do much for you. These guys are just there for collections, right? Next up, Sharon Rogers. I'm gonna put Sharon Rogers in the C tier. I'm being very merciful with her, even though I think she's gonna be a D tier as well. The reason why I put her just a little bit ahead of these guys is because she has a lot of damage. She deals a lot of damage. She deals a tremendous amount of damage. However, that damage that she deals is almost not relevant as much because the only place you're gonna use her for is world boss. Like for giant boss rate right now, let's be honest, in giant boss rate for Sharon Rogers is absolutely nothing, and the same thing goes for almost every single character. I mean, even what's his name, Moon Knight can clear giant boss rate normal, right? So if he can clear this, I'm pretty sure she can clear this, and I'm gonna put as well Ant-Man in that list as well. Mainly because he has almost the same issue with Sharon Rogers, where they both deal a lot of damage. It's just that their usage or their utility is not as wide and broader than most of the characters that are on this tier list as well. Okay, she's a blast human leadership. Alright, she has a leadership tag, she's a human female, blast character, superhero. She has a lot of tags going on for her that can help her do a lot of content in World Boss, but at the same time, same thing can go for almost any other blast human leadership female superhero character, right? So she's not in any unique position. The only thing that she's very good at is deal a tremendous amount of damage. She's not a bad tier 4 by any means. She's not a bad tier 4. She's a very strong tier 4, very powerful tier 4. Same goes for Ant-Man, very powerful tier 4. It's just that their utility is extremely minimal. Not as minimal as Moon Knight or Black Widow or Shadow Shell. Maybe Black Widow should be a little bit ahead in the C tier list because of her symbiote tag. She can get advantage of that symbiote team up. Maybe you could put her in the C tier as well. She can do some stuff for you in PvP, but nothing too crazy, right? She's a decent tier 4 striker with a previous uniform, so she's not really bad by any means at all. But yeah, Sharon Rogers and Ant-Man both suffer from the same problem, which is the lack of range. They don't have too much range. They do deal a lot of damage. Their rotation is extremely easy. They're very proc friendly, but their range is extremely limited. Okay, this is the biggest problem with these characters, right? And I think this is where these characters land in the C tier list. Next up, on the B tier list, I'm gonna put Spider-Man on the B tier list. Mainly because Spider-Man, with this, by the way, these characters that I'm mentioning right now, this is basically making the tier list for their latest uniforms. Their latest. Just a disclaimer. This is their latest uniform. The last one they've gotten. Alright? So Spider-Man with the symbiote uniform, he's not bad for PvP. He's very strong. He's very strong. It's just that Spider-Man right now relies on that symbiote team up collection and also relies on the symbiote support from Agent Venom and Sleeper. Mainly because when you start using Spider-Man in high competitive matches in PvP, he's gonna struggle too much, way too much. He's gonna struggle a lot because he's gonna go up against Null, he's gonna go up against Sentry, he's gonna go up against Wolverine, who captures him really, really hard because type disadvantage. He's gonna go up against like a lot of very powerful, potent tier 4 Silver Surfer who can just land one skill, third skill, and blast him with a reflect. Like, there's so many characters that can deal with Spider-Man so bad. I think Spider-Man needs a new uniform because honestly, this uniform that Spidey got didn't push the needle in comparison to his last one. Alright, the last one and this one are almost identical, almost the same. It's just that Spider-Man with this newest uniform have a head of an advantage over most characters because when you pair him with Silver Surfer and Agent Venom, for instance, he becomes really strong, especially for Alliance Conquest. He becomes really annoying to deal with. He becomes a very, very potent and powerful PvP character once you give him the right build. If you give him like a Mighty Authority or Mighty Greed, he becomes extremely hard to kill. Mainly also because he has 60% damage increase towards supervillains, and he has a guaranteed dodge rate, and he can heal. And most of his skills are him in an iframe, so he cannot get hit. So I think Spider-Man in the B list is perfectly fine. Don't want to push him in the A tier list because there are better PvP characters than him in this game. So I feel like that's gonna be a little bit more unrealistic if I put him in the A list. Yeah, I want it to be as realistic as possible. And in terms of consistency, he's good until you put him against Sentry, Null, Silver Surfer, Wolverine. He becomes kind of useless at that point. Even Deadpool, believe it or not, even Deadpool without even any team ups can do way much better than Spider-Man in PvP. Mainly because of Deadpool's abilities, he has a huge advantage. Guaranteed dodge rate, auto heal. He can heal himself when his HP goes below 35%. He has immortality. So like Deadpool has a lot of advantages over Spider-Man. So if you wish to build like a speed PvP character, just go for Deadpool. Spider-Man is not gonna be as helpful. Even with the Agent Venom team up, he's not gonna be as helpful, right? So this is the problem that I have with Spider-Man. His problem is the damage. Like he can survive for a very, very long time, but the damage is really missing. Okay, survivability for Spider-Man is not really an issue because, like I said, he has a lot of guaranteed dodge rate. He has a lot of skills that has iframe. He has iframe ignore as well. He has damage increase towards supervillains. Like he has almost everything, alright? But it's just like the basic damage that he deals kind of feels very minimal. This is the biggest problem with Spider-Man. I think he should get another uniform. Maybe next year he should get another uniform, or even this year if it's possible, because he got this uniform last year. So I really hope he gets a new uniform. It actually becomes a very strong PvP character, really annoying one to deal with. If anybody remembers back in 2021, I think, or 2022, somewhere around there, Spider-Man was extremely annoying to deal with. He was the most annoying piece of shit to deal with in PvP, especially with that that movie that. What you call it? No Way Home? No Way Home? Yeah, I think it was No Way Home. That red suit, not the black one. The black one was PvE, but like the red suit was making him extremely hard to deal with in PvP. So yeah, I really hope he gets a new uniform and actually gives us the flashbacks of 2022 or 2021 No Way Home movie where he was a really strong PvP, extremely potent. So yeah, I think Spider-Man is really good at this position. Next up, I'm gonna put what's his name, Doctor Octopus with his newest uniform, and I'm gonna place Venom as well. Now the reason why I place these two around here is because to some point, to a degree, all right, to a level of degree, they were good, but they just didn't have the oomph to deal with a very strong villain and combat hero characters, right? Doctor Octopus fell off hard when Hulk got that Titan uniform. When Hulk got that Titan uniform, he just took what's his name, Doctor Octopus out of the window. Like, he was just not relevant anymore. And now you have a much tougher competition with Winter Soldier Revolution uniform. If anybody knows about Winter Soldier's Revolution uniform, he made it clear that he's going to be the next meta for AVX and AVL, for combat supervillain at least, right? Yeah, Doctor Octopus is not bad. It's just that when you have characters like Red Hulk, Titan, not Red Hulk, excuse me, a Hulk Titan uniform and what's his name, Winter Soldier Revolution uniform, you kind of have no chance of winning at that point, because both Hulk Titan and Revolution Winter Soldier uniform hit much harder than him, way harder than him, and both of them are they both have a human, all right? They both have the human tag, all right, human allies, and they're both combat and they're both super villains. So all three of them are literally just combat human super villain, right? There are some tags that are different here and there. He has the Sinister Six tag, so he has like a little bit of an advantage over Team Up Collection, but really doesn't matter because the Hulk has the Defenders Team Up Collection, right? So it's really not gonna help what's his name, Doctor Octopus any better, make his situation any better, because you're gonna compete with two hard-hitting characters that score way higher than him in AVX and AVL, and they can clear world boss much faster than him. They can also do giant boss raid as well faster than him. So he's not bad. It's just that you have better options. And the same thing goes for Venom, right? Venom, he's a combat hero, human, all right. But again, combat hero human is not gonna help him as much either, because he's not beating Gladiator. Gladiator's combat hero alien. This guy's combat hero human. Both of them are heroes. Both of them are combat. But Gladiator just hits harder. For me, Venom just feels like another world boss clear. He has almost the same problem that Sharon Rogers have, where they both deal a lot of damage, but he's just cannot use it anywhere else because you have better options than them. This is the problem with Venom. Venom, with this newest uniform, he's fantastic. I made a lot of content about him. You guys can check it out. Back in the last year, I think, or the year before. No, it was last year. It was last year. No, it was last year. I made a lot of content about him. Unfortunately, he's not meta anywhere else. He's just another world boss legend clear, right? Another world boss legend clear. He's not bad. He's not bad. None of these characters, by the way, none of these tier 4s, even though I had them in the D list and C list and B list, they're not bad, alright? Tier 4 characters are always good. Tier 4 characters are always good. It's just that these sort of characters right here, amongst the tier 4s, they're not great either. Okay? They're not great either. There are better tier 4 characters than them. So yeah, that's why I have Venom in the B list, because outside of World Boss, there's nowhere else I'm gonna use him. There's nowhere else I'm gonna use him. I'm not gonna use him in Team Battle Arena. I'm not gonna use him in Other World Battle. I'm not gonna use him in Timeline Battle. I'm not gonna use him in ABX. I'm not gonna use him in ABL. There's nowhere for me to use him, right? Outside of World Boss, because there are better options than him outside of World Boss, right? So to me, Venom just feels like another World Boss legend clear. All right. So this is why where I have these characters at. Next up on the list, and you can put them in this order if you wish to. I'm gonna put them like this. Okay, I'm gonna keep Spider-Man right here at the edge of the B list. Mainly because Spider-Man, his value is just PvP, but it's not even the best value at all. Because you have better PvP characters. So, yeah. I have him in the B list, but there are better PvP characters than him. If you guys want to pay attention to that. So this is the list that I have for them. Next up, I have on the A list, Captain America zombie uniform. Bear with me. Iron Man. Alright. Black Bolt. And Hulk. Titan. Right? Now, Titan Hulk, I'm literally gonna put him ahead of everyone else around here. And I'm gonna keep them in this order. And I'm gonna tell you why. Titan Hulk is still very powerful for AVX and AVL. There's a little bit of controversy between him and Winter Soldier. Revolution, some people say Winter Soldier Revolution is better. Some people say Titan Hulk is better. The thing with Hulk, the biggest game changer with Hulk is the amount of HP. How much HP do you have on your cards will determine how much damage you're gonna deal. Because a Hulk deals right now, he deals damage based on HP. He literally just deals damage based on HP. Okay, if you have low amount of HP, Winter Soldier, Revolution uniform is going to outscore. If you have a high amount of HP, not Red Hulk. I always keep saying Red Hulk. Hulk Titan uniform will outscore Winter Soldier Revolution uniform every single time, right? So Hulk, I have him on this list on the high A list. Mainly because of just how much value he had all these years. Even before this one, when he first got his tier 4, for PvP, he was absolutely dominant. He was destructive, and he still is destructive. I still use Hulk to this day. I feel like Hulk is people are sleeping on Hulk, but I feel like he's like slowly slipping away. Like his value just diminishes just a little bit every single day, mainly because when you have characters like Winter Soldier Revolution uniform that are extremely versatile, it creates a huge problem for a Hulk. But other than that, Hulk is still pretty strong, man. He can clear world boss, he can do high scores for AVX and AVL, way higher than, what's his name, Dr. Octopus with his latest uniform. As well, he can clear giant boss raid as well. Yeah, he's a very strong PvP character. He's a PvP. Well, he has value for PvP. Now that I mentioned PvP, he has value for PvP. He can do PvP. It's just that most of his value right now is coming into PvE content for AVX and AVL nowadays. That's what it is for Hulk. Captain America, Zombie Captain America. I'm feeling of putting Zombie Captain America just below Iron Man. I'll explain to you why. Zombie Captain America right now, right? Most of his value is from the team-ups with Weapon Hex, with what's his name, Abomination uniform, the zombie uniform with Abomination. So I feel like Captain America is slowly becoming stuck behind team-ups right now. He's slowly getting stuck behind team-ups. Like, almost feels like without team-ups he's gonna struggle a little bit. He can do some PvP he can do some PvP for you. He can do some PvP. He's very tanky right now. He has a lot of HP. He's very hard to kill when you have what's her name? What is that girl name? Weapon Hex as a support. Right, she gives you that debuff removal. She gives you damage increase to war superheroes and supervillains. She gives you immortality. She gives all zombie allies immortality. Captain America becomes extremely impossible to kill with that team up with Weapon Hex. And at the same time, he can do some serious damage in PvP. Like, there are some moments in some matches where he just straight up obliterates a PvP character. Just out of nowhere. It just happens just like that. Because of just the amount of damage that he deals. When you have the Weapon X team up, the immortality, Makes him really hard to kill, stalling for way too long. He's very tanky. He has like what 40% damage reduction on top of the fact that he has a lot of HP. So, and he can do world boss. He's not really great for ABX, unfortunately. He's not really great for ABX, but because of his versatility in PvP and PvE, he feels like he's jack of all trades, master of none. All right, so he's always pushing his range everywhere, but he's not really dominating in everywhere. This is the biggest problem with a character like Captain America, that he can do a lot of stuff for you, but it just feels like all of the stuff that he does for you feels unfinished because they're just lacking either a little bit of damage over here, or a little bit of survivability over there, or a little bit of abilities, skills over here. So it's always lacking a little bit from something, right? This is the biggest problem that I have with Captain America. Iron Man, with this newest uniform, he was extremely powerful. His rotation became even easier, right? His tier 4, I still think till this day, his tier 4 skill is still the best, most unique PvE tier 4 skill. See, the way his tier 4 skill is that, the way it works is that he puts like a shield around himself, right? He gets hit, and he increases his damage a lot more. It feels like it's an accumulation based on damage received, but it's not really accumulation. It's more like how about to describe this? It's more like his attack stats is just increasing and increasing and increasing over time. The more damage he's receiving through that bubble that he puts on himself. It's not really an accumulation type thing. It feels like an accumulation, but it's not really an accumulation type thing. An accumulation feels like blocking the damage, absorbing it, and then releasing it back, but there's like a threshold limit on how much you can accumulate. This one has no threshold limit. It's just increasing the attack on your stats over time, right? Over time. And this is why I have what's his name, Iron Man on the high A list, because he can do world boss, he can do giant boss. By the way, I feel like Iron Man is probably the fastest giant boss rate once you activate the tier 4. He just obliterates Dormammu. Obliterates him. Like, Dormammu gets thrown out of the window at that point once you pop up the tier 4. Yeah, Iron Man is really, really that strong. I still feel like Iron Man is extremely strong, man. He's a very, very powerful PvE character. Better than most PvE characters around here. Yeah, I feel like Iron Man is better than most PvE characters that I have on the A list. Right, from the A list all the way down to the D list. He's better than most of them in PvE. He's not really potent in ABX and ABL, mainly because ABX and ABL, the way it functions is that it requires a character that has a lot of hits. Okay? Iron Man, its rotation, it doesn't have low amount of hits, but it doesn't have the highest amount of hits. It's like in between. But even then, it still hits pretty hard. He can still do ABX and ABL content for you. He can still do that, it's just that there are better options than him. That's the problem with Iron Man. But nevertheless, he's still very strong. He's still top 10 PvE characters in my book, bro. Iron Man is still pretty powerful. He's really easy to use, and he brings you so much value for PvE. He has so much AoE damage, so much range. He covers like the arena so quick and fast with his projectile missiles that he just throws everywhere. Like, he's just top tier DPS character in the game. He's like top tier. Alright? I feel like Iron Man is in good position being in the A list. Next up, we have Black Bolt. Now, Black Bolt fell off just a little bit. Maybe not a little bit. Maybe he fell off harder than he's supposed to, right? Black Bolt, when he first got introduced, he was an absolute demon in PvE. He was doing ABX, he was doing ABL, he was doing World Boss, he was doing Giant Boss Rate, he was doing pretty much everything. His tier 4 skill gives him like, I think 10% or 5% pierce damage increase. He hits pretty hard, and when you put him with what's her name, Medusa as a support striker, Medusa makes him hit even harder. Alright, his leadership is powerful. He has 65%, I think it was 60% attack increase to all inhumans. His leadership is extremely powerful, the self-buffing leadership. He has accumulation, he has frenzy buff, he has damage proc. His tier 3 hits really hard, extremely hard. Like, he just obliterates everybody with that tier 3 skill. Once you activate the tier 3 and the tier 4, it's over. It's over. He just obliterates everybody. Everyone. Right? So, Black Bolt, even though he fell off, he's no longer the best universal villain character in the game for ABX or ABL, because right now you have better options. You have Mephisto. Now you have Hades, who's gonna just ditch him away, right? He's still pretty good. He's not bad, but he is only good. He's only good if you get his seasonal uniform. The problem with him as well is his uniform is seasonal, right? It's a seasonal uniform. You only get it once a year. If you don't get it and you try to use the old uniforms, you're not gonna do much. Unfortunately, you're not gonna do much. This is literally his seasonal uniform, and that's another reason why I put him a little bit below everybody else in the A list. Probably could put him in the B list, but I feel like he's better than most of these characters in the B list because of his value. So I feel like he's in a good position being in the A list, at the very edge of the A list, right? So he's not really bad. I feel like he still has a lot of usage. If you wish to build him, he can still do a lot of content for you, super villain content, universal content, Inhumans content. He can still do a lot of stuff for you. Male content as well. He's a male, so he can do a lot of stuff for you as well. So he's not really bad by any means. It's just that his value is diminishing right now. His value is slowly diminishing the more we are getting a universal supervillain character. You got Mephisto, you got Hades as well. So who knows who else is gonna put him out of his misery. Now we have Null as well as a universal villain as well. You can do ABX too, but not as much as Hades or Mephisto, because Null's value is mostly just made for PvP. Yeah, Black Bolt, I feel like he's in the good position right here, being in the A list, probably at the edge of A list. Excuse me, at the edge of A list, beginning of B list, around here, right? Just around here, between this one or that one, whichever you choose. I feel like he's still good, still pretty decent. Can do a lot of damage. Can clear content for me in ABX and ABL if I need. Can do a lot of world boss. Can do giant boss rate for me. So I think he's in a good position right there. Next up is Storm and what's his name, Thor. Now I don't know why they're still keeping this old Storm uniform. Don't buy this uniform, just buy the X-Men 97 uniform. That uniform is still the best uniform for her. That's the latest uniform, and she becomes an absolute powerful. I'm just using Storm with this uniform right here because I can't find any other Storm icon that I can pin it and use it in the tier list, but it is what it is. This is basically, when I'm using Storm right here, is basically the X-Men 97 uniform, okay? Disclaimer, X-Men 97 uniform Storm, okay? So yeah, Storm, top tier. Best blast hero character, right? ABX meta, ABL meta, giant boss raid meta, the ABX infinite meta as well. She can do it. Yeah, she can do ABX infinite as well. Literally the best blast female hero tier 4 character in the game. For PvE, best. For PvE, the best. She can do everything for you. She does high damage. Her tier 3 gives her accumulation and has a lingering effect. You can literally just cancel the tier 3 the moment she starts blasting. You can cancel that one out. You can cancel that. You can cancel it to other rotations, to other skills. Her tier 4 skill hits really fucking hard. A really powerful, potent tier 4 skill. Really valuable. She can do a lot of stuff for you in world boss as well. A high tier, top tier world boss clear character, right? Like, she's all around the best blast female hero tier 4 character in the game, because she's literally meta for ABX, ABL, ABX Infinite, world boss, giant boss raid, like the 5 most useful and potent PvE game modes. She can do them all by herself, right? Absolute demolishing PvE character. Can do literally everything for you. Definitely the best. Definitely worth tier 4. She definitely should be your #1 pick for the tier 4 selector with her latest uniform. Thor, the absolute best for universal hero male PvE character. He's a destructive monster for world boss. He can do giant boss raid. He's the best. I repeat, the best farming character in the game. If you want a character that can farm content for you, say dimension missions or story mode missions, he can clear them really quick, really fast. Mainly because with Thor's animations, aside from the fact that his fifth skill has like a large AOE, right? The fourth skill has even larger AoE. He can cover so much space with that tier 4 skill. He dashes and he dashes and he dashes. Like he dashes 3 times, right? He keeps dashing all around the area, right? All around the area, and he kills everybody in his path, alright? His third skill also takes out a lot of space, right? He dominates so much space. He just dashes forward, start running and dashing forward and pushing everybody out of his way. He can clear so much long-term content for you that takes so much time consumption. He can clear it in seconds. He can clear it in seconds. Like content that takes about 2 minutes, he can clear it in like 40 seconds or 50 seconds. He deals so much damage, right? His passive is insane, bro. It gives him 65% lightning damage. He already has an extra 20% lightning damage. So that's like what, 85% lightning damage from that. His tier 4 skill, it's absolutely insane. His artifact converts his lightning resistance into lightning damage. The more lightning resistance you have, the more damage you're gonna deal. He's a top tier, probably the best universal hero male for world boss. His tier 3 hits really hard. If anybody has played with Thor with this uniform, dude, his tier 3 hits extremely fucking hard, bro. Extremely fucking hard. Really hard. Really hard. Like, he can do so much stuff for you. Even in ABX and ABL, even though he fell off a little bit, he can still do ABX and ABL if you need someone to do that. Even though he fell off a little bit, he can still do that. He can do that. He can. He has done it. I've made a video about it as well. He's such a destructive, universal superhero male character for ABX and ABL. He's not as good as Gladiator for the Alien Day, unfortunately. He's better than Odin for ABX and ABL, better than his father, yeah, for sure. But I feel like Storm is ahead of him a little bit. Ahead of him because mainly Storm, she can do ABX and ABL way much better than him. Because with PvE content, right, what you want to think of is ABX, ABL, ABX Infinite, World Boss, Giant Boss Raid. And Zombie Survival. Yes, he can also do Zombie Survival too. Zombie Survival. I feel like he's a lot better than Storm for Zombie Survival. He's better than Storm for Zombie Survival because of his AoE. Like I said, his AoE is very, very big. Way bigger than that of Storm. Way bigger. His fifth skill just increased this huge tornado and storm around the sky and starts sucking in everybody else, and then he just blows them away. His fourth skill just starts dashing through multiple enemies. He cannot be targeted when he's dashing like that because he's in a full iframe at that moment. He has a healing, he has insane damage reduction, he has chain hit damage. Like, he can do it all, man. He can do it all. Thor is, you can literally just flip-flop between Thor and Storm right here. You can just flip-flop between these two all the time. You can always flip-flop between them. But I feel like Storm is a little bit ahead of him, mainly because of just how much range she has covered over the last few months, right? With her latest uniform. This is, by the way, her latest uniform, not this garbage-ass seasonal uniform. No, the latest X-Men 97 uniform. Absolutely destructive character, right? So yeah, that's basically my tier list for these characters right now. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. This is my tier list for these characters right now. This is what I think. In my opinion, this is basically my opinion. You're free to disagree. You can take whichever characters that you want to tier 4. I have no issue with that whatsoever. This is basically my opinion on who I think is the most valuable tier 4 from this tier 4 selector, and who can bring the most value for your account. And hopefully this one will help you a lot, so you can clear out the misconceptions on which character is far more valuable for your account, which ones are gonna help you progress further for world boss, for AVX, for giant boss raid. Almost all of them is gonna clear giant boss raid for you. Like even what's her name? Even Shannon Rogers at the C list, she can clear giant boss raid for you. Giant boss raid is not really that big of an issue. Even Moon Knight, even Ant-Man, these three can literally clear giant boss raid for you if you have the right build, obviously. So yeah, uh, this is my opinion on them. You feel free to disagree. You can build whoever you want to tier 4. You can select whoever you want to tier 4. You can select your favorite character to tier 4. I'm basically doing this tier list for the tier 4 selector based on consistency, value, and how much you're gonna progress in your accounts when you have them at tier 4. So hopefully this list will help, and hopefully my advice on these characters is gonna help. By the way, like I said, Storm, even though it shows like the previous icon, I'm mainly referring to the 97 X-Men 97 icon. So yeah, that's basically my tier list. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think I was being fair? Do you guys think I was being biased? I was never biased on this one. I was just pure playing on the selection of these characters. Which one I think is more valuable than the other. This is basically my opinion. Like I said, you feel free to disagree. You can build whoever you want, right? So yeah, this is my tier list, and hopefully my opinion on these tier 4 character selector will help you clear out the misconception and start building the characters that you want to build based on progress, based on improvements, or you can just select a tier 4 character based on who you like, right? So yeah, we're gonna end the video right here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been like 36 minutes, holy shit. We're gonna end the video right here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to help the channel grow. Hit the notification ring bell so you don't miss out on any of the content that I'll be bringing for you guys on the Marvel Future Fights. Join my Discord server. I'll leave the link in the description box below, and let me know in the comment section down below what do you guys think about this tier list. Do you guys think it's cool? Do you guys think it's fair? Do you guys think it's biased? Let me know. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. You have a great Friday, and hopefully y'all have a great evening, and hopefully this tier list was very, very helpful. Worked really hard for this tier list, and hopefully it helped everybody else on selecting which character is best for the tier 4 selector. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, boys. Peace.